Coach, 42-3. Just overall thoughts coming out of that one.
Well, I thought, after the first drive, the defense didn't panic, held them to 3, and then played excellent the rest of the game. Made some nice adjustments. Again, no panic. Played physical, played hard. On offense, you were able to, create some explosive plays, able to do some different things with Julian in this game. So that was good. I thought we played with great passion. I thought the fans were great again. I got to tell you, just so far being in the shoe this year, the crowd plays off the players, and the players are playing off the crowd. It's fun to be in the shoe, man. It's a blast, and just sitting around. It's a long day, waiting to play in a game like this, and then seeing some of the things that went on in college football, man. We were coming out of the gate swinging because you got to bring it every week, and I thought our guys did that, and so now it's on to our next opponent.
You look at this, and when I was down there in the fourth quarter, the pads are popping, the physicality out of your club. How pleased are with that? They're playing hard.
Well, we want to be the hardest playing team in the country and the most physical, and I tell the guys all the time, if it's not who you are every week, that's not who you are. It's just what you can be. And our guys take a lot of pride in being physical and playing violent. So you have to play this game. That's different about football than any other sports. You hit somebody in the mouth, man, it's a whole different game. And we have to have that as part of who we are. And it was good to see. But to your point, in the fourth quarter, some guys got in the game and used that as an opportunity to throw their body around, make plays, build trust, even for the offense to go down and move the ball right down the field. They took that and ran. So good to see those guys get some work.
How about Julian? It seems like from the outside looking in, each week you give him a little bit more, and he seems to be handling it well.
Everything that we do is thought out. It's pretty deliberate, and you're starting to see him really build confidence, grow. But tribute Jeremiah and Carnell and Max and these guys for working with him and just understanding in the Texas game when our defense is playing the way it is, we're not going to put a lot on his plate. We're going to bring him along. And you can see that because when you have a good defense, you can do that. If you have a young quarterback, you don't have a good defense, maybe you got to put him in a spot that maybe he isn't quite ready for, but you're seeing him come along and grow. His confidence is growing. He's making good decisions. He's putting the work in because the preparation is very important. I thought he took some shots today and hung in there. It was good to see him get a couple sneaks or get that one sneak in particular. That was good. But I thought he was accurate down the field, and that when we can push the ball down the field and be accurate and make good, and when it's not there, check the ball down, then we have a chance.
Yeah, we saw, I guess, your version of the tush push. He got the first down. People that were saying, hey, where's the quarterback sneak? We saw it.
Yeah, we got it going a little bit. We'll see if we can grow on it. It was good to see Lincoln get a couple runs in there too. So it's good to have options. We'll see what happens.
The other thing is, and you as a quarterback in your own right, you appreciate great receivers, and they can make a quarterback help them a lot. What we're witnessing with Carnell and Jeremiah and those guys, they say, hey, we're looking to find ways to get up. They love the way you're scheming with them, by the way. They said we're finding ways to get us more involved.
Well, and you got to be creative because everyone knows how good they are. And if a team says, hey, we're going to take these guys away, they can do it. But it's our job as coaches to continue to try to find ways to get them the ball. But it's their job to understand that we have to have balance. And that's not easy to do in today's day and age, but great to see Carnell, get some real production in this game because he's done a lot of dirty work for us, and he's one of the best receivers in the entire country, and you saw that tonight.
Last couple things. You look at your defense, 3 points in this one. People aren't. If you can't score, that's half the battle for you guys. Defense wins championships, they say.
Yeah, and it just, the scoreboard flips when you start getting 3 and outs and you get the ball back like we did in the second half. And great adjustments made. The guys are playing hard. We'll watch the film and figure out what we got to get better at. But we got a big challenge to go on the road next week at Illinois. You got to bring it every week, man, and especially in the Big Ten. One of our goals is to get to Indianapolis, so we got to keep swinging away and get these wins.
Last thing I want to ask you, and Brandon's in us, no one felt worse last week and then tonight we see a little wrinkle that you'd put in, and I love it. And just when did you decide to call that play? How'd you decide to call it? And I thought Lorenzo was going all the way.
Yeah, we just got pushed out of bounds there. I think maybe if we made one more, just a little bit more strain on the block, but I think we had just about 40 yards on it. It was good. We saw something that we liked a couple weeks ago. We're saving it for the right time. We felt like we had the right opportunity in that moment to call it, and so we did. And it's good to put those different things on film. It's also good to see like Brandon make a play like that. He's got a little baller in him, so we'll try to keep figuring out ways to do that with him.
Go celebrate. Do me a favor. That camera, your message for Buckeye Nation.
Yeah, no, I appreciate everybody. I thought the crowd was awesome tonight, and we'll have so many opportunities in the shoe to enjoy. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight. I thought the guys put on a great show, and so we'll see you back here in a few weeks.
Things clicking right now, do you think?
I feel like today we started clicking. Offense, you could say we've been not playing at our best the last 4 or 5 weeks, you should say. But tonight it really showed that we is the best offense in the country when things rolling. So yeah.
Sometimes I think we forget how young you are, how young Julian is.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, let's talk about you. I mean, you burst onto the scene. How slow is the game right now for you? They always say the older you get, it slows down.
Yeah, for sure. I think the game definitely slowed down for me this year compared to my freshman year. My freshman coming in, everything just moving fast at me. They throwing a lot of things at me at a very young age. But that's what I want. I want things thrown at me very fast. I want to learn. That's what Coach Hartline did. I learned a lot from him last year. And now it's my turn to be an older guy. Just take everything and what he taught me last year and what he teaching me this year, and apply it to what he teaching me on the field this year.
The thing is, I love watching you play, and you try to reinvent yourself. It seems like you're trying to find different ways, and they're trying to find different ways to get you the ball. Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, you could say a lot of teams play us different than the way they play other teams. A game like Washington last week, all 4 weeks. Up to playing us, they're playing a lot of man. Then we went out there and played them, they ran a lot of cover too. So, I mean, teams play us different, and I think Coach Hartline, Coach Dave, the whole offensive staff do a great job, moving me around and, finding me ways for me to get the ball.
And I don't have to tell you, you're not sneaking up on anyone. Everyone knows who Jeremiah Smith is. With that said, how big of a challenge, the challenge of finding ways to do it? I mean, Coach Day said you're one of the most competitive people we've ever met. And, I mean, you're driven by that, aren't you, trying to figure a way to break it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get a lot of eyes on me out there when I'm on the field. But, I'm still trying to find a way to, break a play, make a play. That's all I'm trying to do, because I know a lot of eyes on me. So anytime I get a touch, I'm trying to score a touchdown.
By the way, we are live on 10 TV right now. And this young man, Jeremiah Smith, 2 touchdowns and just I mean, we could talk about awards, but I know you don't want to talk about that. But come on, folks, we all know what we're witnessing here. Let's talk about Julian. And you were high on this kid from the get-go.
Yeah.
Is the game slowing down for him now, you think?
For him, I should say, yeah, it is. I mean, that guy right there is very special. Me and him, I hope we get 2-3 more years together. But, I mean, he's definitely the best quarterback in the country right now, for sure.
When you think about what he's doing best now, what do you think? And what kind of leader is he now? I think sometimes we forget how young you are, how young he is. He's just 19 years old, and you guys are the same age. I mean, what's he like? And I know you're a vocal leader, but what has he stepped it up now?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a quarterback. I mean, we want to hear his voice. We want to hear things he got to say. But Julian is that guy. He come in the huddle. Everybody got his eyes on him. We know he gonna lead us in the right direction, and lead the team, to win big games.
I know you're a guy that has great appreciation for the big guys, the offensive linemen, and I said this to Coach Day the other day, that I am detecting a nastiness to those guys. Yeah. Do you see it? You're out there. I mean, yeah. and I don't know if you folks understand. It is a street fight in the trenches, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, especially with them guys up front. All 5 of them guys get at it, especially last week and today. I mean, them guys, they get at it for sure. Proud of them guys.
What's your favorite thing out there right now? What makes you smile the most right now?
When we come in on Sunday and we watch we have champions meeting, and when everybody grab a champion. But when I see the whole line just putting somebody on their behind, that would really get me fired up, because I don't really get to see it because I'm running the route. But when I see that on the run play, it really get me fired up.
Scoring touchdowns, and I love it when you celebrate. I mean, That never gets old, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I don't really try to do too much with the celebrations, 'cause, you know, Coach Day, he
I see you smiling.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, not try to do too much because, you know, how Coach Day is about the celebrations. But, you know, whenever I got to, I'll pull it out.
Yeah. What is the best thing this football team's doing right now as a team? What is the best thing?
You know, just, you know, taking it one week at a time. I'd say that's the best thing that we're doing. We're playing very physical and very fast, I should say. And, you know, I don't think nobody could compare us on the physicality side or speed side. So I say we're playing very physical right now. Last
thing, Coach says the one thing that he has learned about this club, and he learned it last week, and I think it continues, the maturity. There's a lot of young kids. Yeah. You're a young kid. I'm an old man, but you're a young kid. Yes, but the maturity you guys are showing. Yeah, for sure. That's was one of the big things this offseason. Coach Day wanted us to, you know, show maturity because, you know, like you said, we're a very young team, and I think we're doing a very good job of that. And we just got to keep improving on that as well. What is your message for Buckeye Nation? My message for Buckeye Nation: keep being the best fans in the land, and go Bucks. Yeah, they were crazy in there tonight, wasn't they? They were. Yeah, it was rocking for sure. Keep doing that each and every week. We need it. Just 3 points you guys gave up tonight. This defense has been a lot of fun to watch. How much fun are you having?
Genuinely, we have fun every time we go out and play together. We talk about it every day about playing for each other, and I think that provides extra energy for us. And it's a great thing that we came out here and did our job, but before the game we said shutout. So I mean, we didn't execute the shutout, but it was a good game.
I mean, I've watched a lot of college football, and obviously you guys are going to be critical. There's so much more that you can do better, but what can be better with this defense? I guess a shutout. You gave up 3 points, right? That's where your mindset is, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just we're focused on our execution. That's the biggest thing. Not necessarily on the points on the board, but if we execute every play, then we're going to be at a good spot at the end of the game. That's what we're focused on.
How about the way that Timmy Walton and Coach Patricia are scheming this up?
I mean, they're doing a great job. They've been doing it for a long time in the league and in college. So we're all just learning from them and trying to learn everything that we can.
Another big night, 42 points. Everybody on offense you were involved big time in the game plan. How much fun was that out there tonight?
It was a lot of fun. Anytime you can score a lot of points like that, it's a lot of fun.
Let me ask you about that punt return. What you guys been working on that, obviously. Just take us through it, and when you knew they were going to call it, what was going through your mind?
Yeah, we practiced that so much, and last year even, and we finally got a call tonight. And we seen something on film that gave us a good indicator that it was going to be wide open, and we just executed the play, and it was an exciting play.
How about Julian Sayin? We're watching this 19-year-old kid grow up before our eyes. Yeah. How good is this kid? Where's his confidence right now?
His confidence has to be really high. He played a great game today. He was very accurate with the ball. On time, he had great pace on the ball, and he keeps making great decisions, and that's good. He's going to have a great rest of the season.
Now, from the outside watching, and look at that camera so everyone can see how good-looking you are. From the outside looking in, it seems like you guys, everyone as far as it's catching the ball, wants to be the next guy to have a big play. Yeah. Are you guys kind of competing against each other?
Yeah, man, we trying to get as many big plays as we can, and the more the merrier.
Obviously, this was a big win. Under the lights, night game. What was that like, and what's your message for Buckeye Nation?
The atmosphere was great, and the message is just keep being loud and keep being y'all.
Special teams were special tonight. Are there other things maybe in the works that teams are going to have to?
I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see.
Well, do me a favor. Look at that camera. Your message for Buckeye Nation.
Keep supporting us. Keep being loud. And let's go get another natty.
How much fun was that out there?
Awesome atmosphere. Can't thank the fans enough. I think defense had another great showing, 3 points. And then, the receivers played well. The running backs ran hard, and the offensive line did a great job.
How about you? How much is the game starting to slow down for you? Your teammates say you're really turning into a vocal leader, too.
Yeah, I think, just developing each and every week. Just trying to grow and, become the next version of who we can be.
You were playing catch with, I think, the best receiver core in the country. How good is that?
Yeah, they make some great plays. And, I think it shows up in practice each and every week. And, I have a lot of trust in those guys because, when you see them doing against, the top defense in the country, and, they make those plays, you have a lot of faith in them going out there.
Your last couple things. You're your own worst critic. Coach says you're a great student of the game. What do you need to do better right now?
I think I can grow in all areas of my game. We're not where we want to be as an offense yet, and we're still developing, we're still growing, and we're taking the right steps to get there, and we just want to keep growing.
Last thing, your message for Buckeye Nation.
Go Bucks.
Coach Patricia, they now have a giant pencil here. Look what Buckeye Nation loves you. Let me ask you a question. And you root for good guys like you, and this is a good guy, ladies and gentlemen. 3 points is all you gave up. And it's funny, I talked to your kids, and they said we wanted to shut out Caleb Downs.
Yeah, we got a tremendous group of guys. We gave up the 3 points right away, and then those guys did an unbelievable job making adjustments and then just really kind of shutting Minnesota down after that. And, we always want to shut them out. That's defensively, that's what you got to do. But so thankful for the players. The assistant coaches did a great job with the game plan. And, man, our fans, it's so fun. So blessed to be here, just so lucky. We came walking into the stadium, and Brutus has a giant pencil, and, the student section had it. And it just makes you feel so good. So I'm glad we were able to perform for everybody and help the team win.
Coach, we just talked to Coach Day a little bit ago, and he said you look around what goes on in college football, some big upsets and everything. It's not easy to win at this level, and for the way you guys are especially dominating on defense, and I know you're critical. Yeah. What needs to be better, but what are you most pleased with? And I love the physicality myself.
Yeah, well, I'm just proud of these guys. I think that it's a gritty, tough group. I think they approach every week the same. We talk about it all the time. We got to empty the tank on Saturday, and then we got to come in Sunday, and we got to start filling it back up for the week. And these guys do a great job of just, playing for each other, playing aggressive, playing violent, which is what you got to do on defense, and getting after the offense, and really – it's so impressive how just steady and consistent they are. They don't ride the wave. They stay through. They fight through the game, and just really proud of the group.
How much fun are you having scheming? And, as I watch, I see every week there's something maybe a little new here. And when you came in here, you said you were going to play to your players' strengths. And that's a work in progress, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And, we let loose a couple new ones here tonight. But it's just trying to get we have great players, just trying to do everything we can to put them in a position to do what they do well. And we know it's going to be productive. So the group is super smart. They're, they adjust. It's a lot of fun.
How about the defensive front? Everyone was worried. And Coach Cooper used to say, you don't rebuild at Ohio State, you just reload. You guys recruit well. This is the next group, right?
I mean, these guys have stepped right into those roles. We lost a lot of leadership here, a lot of great players last year, but these guys have come in and tried to get as many game reps and experience as fast as they could. And it's been so much fun to watch, and just see these guys really grow. I told him a couple of them today. I told Lorenzo Styles just from the time that when I got here to where he is now, and just the progression that he's made, and how smart he's become as a football player and versatile as a football player. That's all you want to do as a coach. You just want to help these guys, give them a chance to be successful.
Yeah, you mentioned Lorenzo. I thought he was going to score a touchdown on that. What did you think when you heard that play was coming?
Yeah, great play. I'm kind of walking up the sideline, and we catch it. I didn't see Zoe. I just saw the ball coming at our sideline. I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I saw Zoe step in front of it, and I was like, here we go. We're rolling, and what a great play. So much fun.
Obviously, a tough one next week. You got to go to Illinois. They're playing. Looks like they got their swagger back a bit, and not an easy place to go. Yeah, no, we got to go into a hostile environment and go play a really good team. An offense that can score a lot of points, be a big challenge for us. But, I like it. I like going into hostile environments. I like that stuff. That's what the game's about. If you're a competitor, you want to go play in the toughest places, and, hopefully we can go get a win.